Hello and welcome. Let's begin with our virtual housekeeping. Mute your mic when you're not speaking. Please have your video turned on at all times. If you want to be anonymous and keep your video off, you're more than welcome to do so. Please use your headset if possible, especially if you're in a crowded and noisy area. To ask a question, use raise hand button. Usually you will find this button on your Zoom control bar. Alternatively, you can use the chat box and ask your question as well. For high resolution of this video stream on Zoom, use the switch to share content button on top left of your screen. With the experience that we had with Zoom, the legibility of text presented in the presentation is much clearer on a screen size of 12 inch or above. So we will appreciate if you use the 12 inch or above screen size for a legible text which you would be able to read through. Hello and welcome to you all. My name is Vishal and this is our cohort number 3, which is for APMP. APMP stands for Association for Proposal Management Professionals. Professionals that are in the industry of bid and proposals in normal term and layman term. If you're doing quotations and you're doing tenders, as simple as that. And if you're in business development function as well, this is the cohort for you. I believe I'm audible. Let me just check if there's any feedback coming from our cohort in the Zoom. Since we are live on Zoom, of course on Zoom, and then we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course on Facebook as well. So welcome to you all. Congratulations to you. You have taken out time for your personal development and enhancement, and this is the cohort where we discuss best practices about business development. And of course, if you're a bid and proposal management professional, you're doing bids day in and day out, this is the one that is for you. Okay, so this is session number 16. So we have already completed Understand Business Development. We are at the moment on the focus on the customer, and it's an important part actually. If you because focus on the customer is something that will give you. I mean, that's the person who is going to, that is the organization in a B2B environment who would be giving you out the business. So of course you need to know what they are looking for. You need to give them the confidence that as an organization you are aware of their requirements, okay, and so on and so forth. So that's one of the knowledge area of the body of knowledge for the APMP, and there's a certification for it which we will be discussing in due course, where the foundation certification, which I am already certified for, okay, and then there are, after the foundation certificate, it's a step-by-step certification. You cannot simply jump to the another level. Then there is a proposal practitioner certificate. Once you have done the foundation certificate, you can collect the proposal practitioner certificate, and after that you will be able to take your proposal professional certificate. And at the end, the pinnacle, not the pinnacle actually, the pinnacle actually is the proposal professional certification. But there's a new certification that has come up which is called capture practitioner. It demonstrates the mastery of how you apply the best practices. Okay, I think we are drifting off from our topic here. Let's move on to the focus on the customer. We had the highlighted part is the one that we are studying at the moment. Okay, the rest of the knowledge areas we have already covered. That is compliance and responsiveness. The overall bigger knowledge areas, I call them knowledge areas, it's easy to remember that way, are understanding business development and these number 7, and number 1 we have already covered. Number 2 is focus on customer. Under focus of customer you have these many of subtopics. Okay, so developing an opportunity or capture management strategy, it's a very important part, wherein you would be capturing the bid. You will be capturing the information required to make sure that your bid is a successful one, and of course you need to develop the opportunity as well. And it just does not come to this point. There was logical sequence of this actually. If you are logical sequence, wherein first we studied about the compliance and responsiveness, then we studied about the customer analysis and the how to find the competitor intelligence, because you're not the only one who will be bidding for this tender or a proposal. Even it's an open tender or a closed tender or whatever tender, there would be competitors out there. So you need to find out who all are your competitors and who are you all competing with, and accordingly you would be able to strategize your bid. Then customer relation management systems. Now this is system is here. The system does not mean the software itself. It means the how you capture the how do you manage the customer itself. Okay, so yes, there are CRMs out there which you can use to keep the data of your management of your customer relationship. Their hierarchy of your, in a B2B environment, the hierarchy of your of their organization, and you will know which person to meet for what. Okay, but again, it's all about having a system. Again, the business is won by emotions and of course by relations. Now, and somebody, if you don't agree with that, you can type it into the comment box. People on Zoom, they can type it there as well as you like. But if you see overall in your day-to-day life as well, if you're doing a purchase in a B2C kind of environment, when a business is selling to a customer, it's an emotional decision. We all know that there are phones which are very effective, more effective and better than perhaps a particular brand. I don't want to say the name online, and let's say other than Android. Okay, and Android does solve the purpose for many of the people. Even then, there is a brand of line which is being bought a lot, and it is pricey as well, and people still buy it. That's an emotional decision. So, and so is when it comes to B2B. When two companies and their teams find out synergy among themselves, you make a sale. As simple as that. So developing opportunity, we will quickly go into the strategy. So now you need to have a distinct strategy at different phases of business development process. If you recall, in session number 1, we have discussed about the business development process, wherein we discuss about how an organization, in the first section, which is called Introduction to Business Development Life Cycle, we read how the organization graduates itself from an unknown position to known position to improved position to a favored position. So there are organizations who at this very moment are in favored position. Look around yourself. There are some brands out there which comes to your mind instantly if you want a service. If you want an email to be sent, perhaps you will have a Gmail account already with you. There was a time when Outlook or Hotmail was the de facto of the industry. They were in the favored position. People want to have those accounts. So that's one of the example. Now, perhaps when you're looking for an SUV, you would go for a Toyota Land Cruiser, depending on which region of the world you are in actually. Then the second point is analyze your current position using standard, universally understood, integrated, and accepted tools. So as an organization, to develop your opportunity, see where you are with this customer. Okay, are you at an unknown position? Are you at a known position? Okay, as far as the business development life cycle is concerned, because the bid does not start from the day the RFP is released, be it an open tender, be it in a closed tender. The bid starts from the day the client actually thinks about building something new. Okay, they think about, or the person who's the original stakeholder, or the community. For example, let's say they are making a town hall. They want to build a town hall. So to build a town hall, it's the community which came up to have a town hall. So the day they thought about it, that day onwards the bid life cycle starts. Okay, and you need to analyze your current position. Okay, and we saw some tools last time around, how to in our section of business development life cycle as well, how to use those tools and analyze yourself. Define and agree to use common terms and definitions. This is very important as a team, because as a team, people come from when a team is formed for especially for developing an opportunity and capturing the information, they need to talk the same lingo. And I'm not talking about language, I'm talking about definitions. Okay, of course they all should be on the same universal language, let's say usually English, but there is a difference between when people say tomato and somebody says tomato. So they need to agree that tomato and tomato is one, potato and potato is one. Okay, and they are the same thing. What is the definition of that? Because regionally, if the team is scattered around the world, regionally, and of course in different departments, at times in different departments, the meaning of the words is very different. So they need to be defined and use and agree common terms of use. Okay, and definition. Define a specific opportunity, capture objective after the pursuit decision to better focus on a single opportunity. That's very important. Identify economic buyers, users, and technical buyers and their individual issues. Now that's the de facto. It's a part of the business development and your customer relation management system. Now this software, again, maybe people are also a part of system, wherein you define, you understand who are the economic buyers, who, when you're going to sell something, who would be investing their money, who is the person who will be signing on the dotted lines for the check that is going to come to your organization. Then who are the users? These are the users who would be, let's say you're selling a software, these are the users who would be actually using your software day in and day out. Okay, and these guys should be happy. They should find your software easy to use. And if they are not easy to use, your software is not going to work. So their buying out is also important. You need to find out how to tackle them. Then there will be some technical buyers. Again, going back to software industry, it's easy to fetch out examples from software industry. Let's say a technical buyers, they have a preference to certain platform. Let's say they only want Linux. Okay, they don't want Windows. So the solution that you're going to bring up and your organization strategy and software development should be aligned to that as well. Then prepare a bid comparison matrix, very important. It's called, and those who have access to APMP, these tools and software tools and formats are a part of the body of knowledge, and you can download them anytime you like. And if you want any help on that as well, you're more than welcome to approach me on our WhatsApp group. Our WhatsApp group, you can join us by scanning the QR code. When we close the session, on the right hand side there will be a QR code, and of course, why not, I will just share it on our Zoom link as well now, on our Zoom session. Okay, and The last one is draft specific strategy statements that define what you need to do and the action to implement them. Now that's very important. So once you have done all the brainstorming, okay, usually when a lot of meetings are happening in your organization, if there is no action point at the end of those meetings, okay, and who is supposed to do what, and people are still lost because apparently this meeting was only to, you know, boast one's or the others what do you call experiences from the previous organization. It's not going to help as a team when you're working together. If there is an action point that you delegate those action point to your team members, and as a bid manager you become the enabler to make sure that these people who are going to action on your works, they have the information, they have the tools, they are able to understand what they are supposed to do. It's not easy to transition from a loosely bid process to a very organized bid process. Okay, with that I see just we have come to the end of our allotted time for today. We will be doing our next session, which is actually for the next cohort, which is starting for PMP in another 15 minutes. Those who are on our WhatsApp group, they can always join us on the on our PMP. PMP1 is actually a bit closed session because we have not got permissions from PMI to use their content online. Okay, with that we come to the end of our session today. You have been in a very awesome audience. If you have any questions, please shoot them through on our WhatsApp group, or you can see my email address as well, and I will be more than happy to help you out the way I can. Up until next Saturday, take care of yourself. Start wearing your mask for your own safety and the other safety as well. Thank you very much. Goodbye.